What is up, guys? Welcome to this prediction video. For this prediction video today we will be covering the Serie A clash between FC Internazionale, aka Inter Milan, versus Fiorentina, happening at the San Siro on the 3rd of September 2023. The last time these two sides met was in the final of the Coppa Italia last season. Fiorentina actually took the lead very early on in the 3rd minute, courtesy of Nico Gonzalez. It was a good build-up sequence of diagonal passes by them, and the ball gets to Gonzalez and he just slots it past the keeper. It's really good team play, and it kind of had this kind of tiki-taka feel to it. It was very nice to watch. And I think going forward, if coaches want to kind of promote team play, that is the kind of move that you need to be showing the young players. But Inter were not going to take this lying down. In the 29th minute, their superstar number 9 Lautaro Martinez stepped up. The ball is played in behind the defense at his feet, and Lautaro just runs onto it. It's not as easy as it looks. It's a very tight finish, and he just manages to slot it past the keeper, and it's a great finish. And then Lautaro Martinez gets his brace in the 37th minute again. The ball is just not cleared in the Fiorentina box. It's an aerial ball that's played in and it bounces around, and again, this is something that frustrates me so much in the modern game. There's multiple players who have the opportunity to just boot the ball out, boot it into touch. Maybe not a corner, that's not the easiest thing to go for, but yeah, boot it out into touch for a throw in. Just pump it up the field, maybe it'll get you a number 9, but just get it out of the danger zone, and they don't do that. So the ball gets on the edge of the Fiorentina box and it's played back in, and it's a gorgeous finish from Martinez again. The ball is in the air and he sort of volleys it into the net, but the best part of it all is he does it with his back to goal. The awareness and the confidence that it takes for a player to pull off something that audacious is just out of this world. And the match ends that way, 2-1 to Inter Milan. The Milan side managing to defend their Coppa Italia crown and just, build some momentum going into their Champions League final against Manchester City. For our team analysis for Inter Milan, I think something that really kind of upset me was the fact that Inter lost Andre Onana, but that was going to happen. He did such a fantastic job last season. He deserved to move on. But they also lost some other players as well. I think, was it Kalanoglu, I think, left and he's gone to Saudi Arabia, I think. And then Lukaku's contract expired and they chose not to renew it, which is something I'm kind of on the fence about, because I did love that dynamic between Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku. But Lautaro Martinez has just continued where he left off. He's still been such a fantastic player for Inter. He's again leading the way for them. Inter have 2 wins out of 2, so they're currently chasing down the other Milan team for top spot. It's early days, but it's already looking very positive for Inter. And again, it's down to Martinez. He's just sort of taken on an entirely new role now. It's not just playing as a second striker, but now it looks like he's comfortable to just play as an out-and-out number 9 as well. But he does have a strike partner, a new player who's come in, Thuram. And I think Thuram is actually the son of Lilian Thuram, the famous French player. Thuram was brought in from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he's sort of going to be Martinez's strike partner up front, filling that role that was left vacant by Romelu Lukaku. And I think so far it's worked out quite well for Inter. Handanovic left last season, Onana left last season. They went out and they got Jan Sommer from FC Bayern Munich. And Sommer in his own right is a fantastic goalkeeper. Now, Bayern maybe had a bit of a disappointing season last season by their standards, but Sommer is nonetheless a fantastic goalkeeper, and it's a very important buy for Inter Milan. They need a solid goalkeeper between the sticks. You think of all of the goalkeepers they've had, Julio Cesar, Samir Handanovic, Andre Onana. It's big shoes to fill, but I think Jan Sommer has the potential and the capability to fill those shoes and to excel at Inter Milan. So for Fiorentina, we got to look at Bonaventura, who has had a very decorated career. He's now a veteran in midfield, and I think he's a very important player for them in terms of dictating things, moving the ball around, just getting the ball to where it needs to be. Next up, we got to talk about Arthur. Now, Arthur has had a very dramatic career. It's not been the best. I mean, moving between Barcelona and then I think it was Roma at one point as well, and then Juventus to Liverpool, and it's just not worked out for Arthur. He just hasn't settled anyway. So he's back in the Serie A now, which is maybe where he needs to be. And I think a team like Fiorentina is just fantastic for him, because at Liverpool, you're competing for a league. At Barcelona, you're competing for a league. At Juventus, you're competing for a league. Fiorentina, the pressure is not that much on. It's a case of, if we get into a final, if we can compete for a trophy, great. If we can't, that's also fine. But we're not overextending. So I think Fiorentina is a perfect place for a player like Arthur to just rebuild himself, and to just redefine himself all over again. And then lastly, I want to look at Biraghi. Now, it's very rare that I look at defenders, but I think Biraghi is a very important defender for Fiorentina. We talk about Bonaventura in terms of keeping things solid, and Arthur in terms of things going forward. But Biraghi will be the one at the back who needs to sort of rally that back line, keep them in check, make sure that everybody is doing what they need to do, just keeping the shape, keeping things solid, and not overextending. Okay, on to the S3M2 verdict. Now, when you look at this fixture, it's a little lopsided as well, heavily in Inter Milan's favor. They have 3 wins in the last 5. There's been a single draw between the two sides, and then 1 win for Fiorentina. It already doesn't look great for Fiorentina, I think, not just because of that, but also you look at current form. Inter's on 2 wins out of 2. Fiorentina have 1 win, but also a draw. And I think that's why I'm heavily favoring Inter Milan here, not just because of form and because of history, but because I'm looking at Inter right now, and on paper, Inter's just a lot stronger than Fiorentina. I think also just the likes of Lautaro Martinez hitting this purple patch, and the chemistry that he's built with his new teammates, and just the way Inter flows so well from back to front. Everybody knows exactly what they need to do. They're just such a unit right now. And it's very promising to see that in an Inter Milan squad again. But I think they just have a little too much for Fiorentina to deal with. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time, and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.